Thank you for listening to REED-BBS.
REED-BBS, BBS. Jared, the real big baby. Anderson, 14-0, 14 KOs versus Prince Charles Martin, 29-3-1, 26 KOs. My man's been stopped twice in those 3 losses. They'll be squaring off this Saturday, July the 1st, on ESPN Boxing on Top Rank. Jared Anderson, man, he's building a following slowly but surely, as they say. He likes to wear the pimp hat and the cane sometimes during his ring walks and post-fight, have some of the ring car girls behind him, like they his house. And my man's pimp hand is strong. Again, 14-0, 14 KOs. Need I say more? In this case, Prince Charles Martin, former world champion, IBF, if I'm not mistaken. He claims he gets good vibes from Toledo, Ohio. Just won his last fight there. He says he won an amateur national tournament there. He was a last minute, 12-day notice replacement opponent. And as Big Baby Anderson said, the fact that Martin is a southpaw helps, because the opponent that Anderson was going to face was Kazakhstan's Jan Kosbutsky, and I'm sure I butchered that name. I'm very sorry for that. My man has an impressive 19-0, 18 KOs record, and that would have been a dangerous-ass fight for a hometown fight in the case of Anderson. So I admire his willingness to even take the fight, even though Kosbutsky, he couldn't obtain a work visa in time. But hopefully they revisit this particular fight. They Top Rank, they're promoting this. They're giving Jared Anderson the push, much to the dismay of Teofimo effing Lopez. But on that note, they put out a little piece called Relentless. And it's an excellent piece. It featured Roy Jones. Roy narrated it, and then he had some time with Jared Anderson. They went to Jared's backstory, the familiar tales and trials of growing up in the inner city, wanting for this and that. Him and Roy spent time riding horses. Roy was showing him some pointers in the ring, but then they had a very touching conversation to the point that Roy had Jared Anderson crying. The big baby was crying, just talking about pressure and expectations and whatnot. I would highly encourage watching it, whether you're fans of Roy Jones, Jared Anderson or not. That's a side of boxers you don't normally see televised. So it was good to see. But he's getting favorable reviews, or he did, I should say, Jared Anderson. He first became familiar to me based on sparring Tyson Fury and the favorable reviews that Fury gave him. This was when Fury was prepping for, I forget, one of the Wilder fights, either the first fight with Wilder or the rematch. It was one of those two. And hell, there was times during interviews, Fury, he'd rock a black eye and shit. And this was from sparring Jared Big Baby Anderson. I do expect, on that note, an all Big Baby battle at some point. Jared, the real Big Baby Anderson, and Chunky Big Baby Miller, Chunky Gerald as I call him. They got to settle it one way or the other. It's got to be settled. But I'm liking what I see in Big Baby Anderson. I like his showmanship. Again, the pimp hat, the cane, the girls. He's filling an American heavyweight void. Since Deontay Wilder, we really ain't had shit to be enthusiastic about on the American heavyweight scene. Jared Anderson is very athletic for a heavyweight. Very athletic. He's mean. Like, he likes to hurt people. He's skilled. He has a very good ring IQ, which his time with Roy Jones illustrated, which is why I encourage you watching it. Seems to work hard. He just needs to fight increasingly better opposition. It's really that simple. What I like most probably about Jared Big Baby Anderson is he throws a lot of punches for a heavyweight, like a lot. He has a work rate unlike unlike most heavyweights. And you're watching him wait for his ass to get tired, and he don't get tired. His toughest fight to date was against Kingsley eBay, who was 5-1-1 with 4 KOs. Now, eBay landed some shots. He got Anderson's attention. It didn't deter him, though. And eBay wound up bloody, unconscious, and flat on his fucking back in the 6th round. His face was a bloody mess. Like, it was a very physical, ugly fight. And as Andre Ward said, commentating it, he's hurt. He's hurt badly. Like, he was badly hurt. There was also the George Arias fight, which was supposed to be Jared Anderson's toughest. Arias came in undefeated. He's crafty, bit of a spoiler. And his corner stopped the fight after 3 rounds. He's like, yeah, fuck that. This big old dude throwing them ramrod jabs in my man's face, continuously throwing punches at his ass. Hell no. Stop the goddamn fight. And with that said, he'll stop Prince Charles Martin as well. Martin is game. He'll come to fight, and he'll get his ass knocked out accordingly. REED-BBS, BBS. Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television! Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.